Grilled cheese sandwiches, you gotta say they're one of the greatest comfort foods ever. I mean, they're easy to make and they're so satisfying. So today I'm gonna show you guys how I like to enjoy my grilled cheese sandwich. Now I call this the ultimate grilled cheese. Why? Because it has so many layers of flavors to it. Like seriously guys, it has layer upon layer of so much Spanish flavor. You guys are absolutely gonna love this. Plus it's still super easy to make and it's done in no time at all. Now for this grilled cheese sandwich, I'm going to be using queso manchego, the famous Spanish cheese. Queso manchego doesn't melt as easily as other cheeses, but that's okay. I'm going to show you guys a technique to make sure that the queso manchego gets fully melted through. Okay, let's get started. Grab a grilling pan and heat it with a medium heat. Once the pan gets hot, I'm going to add 2 slices of multi-grain bread. You can use whatever type of bread that you like, and I'm going to lightly toast them on one side for about 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'm going to remove the bread from the pan and add it to a cutting board. Okay, now we can start assembling our grilled cheese sandwich. I'm going to add a couple slices of queso manchego on the toasted side of the bread. Then I'm going to grab 2 jarred red bell peppers, cut them in half just with your hands, remove any seeds that are on there, and place them on top of the queso manchego. Then grab 8 green Spanish olives, cut them in half, and add them on top of the bell peppers. Then season with a little bit of dried oregano and freshly cracked black pepper. Next you want to add a handful of arugula. And finally I've got a half ball here of fresh mozzarella. I'm going to cut it into some thin slices. And then add it on top of the arugula. Lightly season with sea salt. And then add the other piece of bread on top, toasted side down, and push down on the sandwich gently, that way everything's compact. And finally, I'm going to brush the top of it with some extra virgin Spanish olive oil. Okay, now let's start grilling our sandwich. Grab the same grilling pan that we used earlier and heat it with a low heat. Now the way we're going to add our sandwich without having all the ingredients fall all over the place is I'm going to place the pan on top of the sandwich, the side that we oiled, and flip it. Now I'm going to brush some extra virgin Spanish olive oil on top of the bread. This is the bread that we did not oil earlier. And then place a bowl on top of the grilling pan. We're going to cook this for about 4 minutes. And the reason why I'm placing a bowl is it's going to help some of the cheese melt. 4 minutes later, remove the bowl and flip the sandwich. Then using a spatula, just gently push down on the sandwich just to make it a little bit more compact. And then place the bowl back on the grilling pan. After a total cooking time of 8 minutes, take the bowl out. And as you can see, the breads look perfectly toasted. They can't be here any longer, otherwise we're gonna burn them. But the cheese is not fully melted. That's okay. Now I'm gonna show you the technique to get the cheese to fully melt without burning the bread. So remove the sandwich from the grilling pan and transfer it onto some foil paper and wrap it up. For the final step, we're going to add our grilled cheese sandwich into a preheated oven. The reason why I wrapped it with foil paper is that's going to stop the bread from cooking, but all the steam is going to help all the cheese melt. And again, the queso manchego is very difficult to fully melt, but with this method, it's going to be perfectly melted. I have my oven on bacon broil option, 210 degrees Celsius, 410 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to leave it in there between 6 to 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, take the sandwich out of the oven, unwrap it, and look at that, all that cheese perfectly melted. This looks beautiful. Transfer it onto a cutting board, cut it in half, place the sandwich on a plate, and I'm gonna garnish it with some arugula and a couple slices of tomato. Okay, now I'm gonna give it a try and let you guys know how it turned out. Salud. Such an amazing flavor to this. Man, like I told you guys, it's just layer upon layer of so many Spanish flavors between the roasted bell peppers, the olives, and then the queso manchego has such a beautiful nutty flavor to it. And the fresh mozzarella, you know, it just gives it another layer of goodness. Guys, you guys saw it, super easy to make, done in a jiffy. You guys are really gonna love this grilled cheese. If you enjoyed today's video on making this recipe, please hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until the next time, hasta luego.